and that means papalote in Mexico. I don't know if it's just in Mexico, but I know these are all like, it's gonna be how I say it in Puerto Rico versus how like my Mexican friends say it, so that's gonna be the comparison, I guess. And then in English, so chiringa means papalote, and in English it means kite. The next one is solbeto, 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 solbeto. I think it's popote, that's how I say it here, popote, and that means straw. So chiringa is kite and solbeto is straw. Next we have chavo, and chavo typically means like kid or young man or young boy, but in Puerto Rico it means sense, like money wise, like no tengo chavo, you know, oh me quiero comprar esto pero no tengo chavo, something like that. It's another way of saying money or dinero. Next, everyone always laughs when I tell them this, but the way we say bus is guagua. So we don't pronounce it that way, that's how it's spelled, but we say guagua, that like super fast, like just así me voy a montar en la guagua. And that basically means I'm gonna get on the bus. Me voy a montar en la guagua, I'm gonna get on the bus. The proper way, or the way people here say it, is autobús. Next, we have boricua. Boricua means is what we call ourselves, basically. Like if you're born in Puerto Rico, if you were raised in Puerto Rico, and it's basically your culture, you're a boricua. Because it's Borinquen, la isla del Borinquen, that's what we call Puerto Rico. And so people just started identifying as boricuas, I guess. Next, we have pantallas. Most of you, if you know Spanish, you would hear pantalla and you think, oh, that means like TV screen. But for us, pantalla means earrings. So, the way that people here say it, instead of pantallas, they say aretes. So, the next one I have is algarate. Algarate, algarate, algarate. And that means noisy, crazy, or messy. Like, you would say, tú estás del algarate. O ese bonito algarate, you know, it's like very noisy. Or Alex está algarate, like my brother, if he's being really loud, se está algarate. Tapón. Tapón can mean two things. Tapón, something that's like covering something, like how do you say it in English? Like if you're gonna block a hole, you're gonna put un tapón. And then it can also mean traffic. So if you're driving and there's a lot of traffic, for example, I would call my mom and be like, ya voy de camino a casa, es que estoy estanca en un tapón, un clase de tapón. That's how you would say it, because it's blocking the traffic, you know. Or, yeah, you can't drive because there's traffic, so. Oh, this is a funny one. This one's abombao, or abomba. So, abombao y abomba basically means stinky or smelly. Typically, it's referred to when something, I would use it if the towel that I'm using in the bathroom or whatever is starting to get stinky because it didn't dry completely or something. La toalla está bomba. That's how we would describe it. It's kind of referring to it as like musty. So, abombao. The next two words are brutal, 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 y chévere. chévere mean the same thing. It just means really cool. Like I can't think of anything. All I keep thinking of is just a party. Ese party estuvo brutal. You know, really cool. The next one is one that my mom used a lot on me, and it is revolú. Niña, tú tienes un clase de revolú en ese cuarto. Basically saying I have a big mess in my room, so revolú means mess. It can also mean loud, which it's weird. A lot of words in Puerto Rico have a lot of different meanings, or can be used in different ways. But revolú, you could say, like I just said, tiene un revolú en el cuarto, you have a mess in your room. Or you can say, en la casa de al lado tiene un clase de revolú, because people are being really loud. They have tan algarate. That's another word. Algarate. That's the other one I used. So, tienen un clase de revolú tan algarate. Next we have bochinche. Bochinche or chisme. Chisme is a more common one. Bochinche and chisme mean gossip. So if you meet up with your cousin or something, mira, te voy a contar el chisme. Mira, cuéntame el bochinche. ¿Qué están bochincheando? Something like that. The next one is bizcocho. I'm not too sure what this means. Again, I'm just saying for Mexicans, because I've heard that to them it's like a bad thing. I'm not too sure. But I remember one time when I was in HEB or Walmart or something like that, I saw a cake, because that's what it means. Bizcocho means cake to us. I saw one and I yelled at my mom. I was like, "Mami, ¿puedo coger este bizcocho?" And my dad were like, lower your voice, you can't say that. And I was like, really? Like what does it mean? I didn't know. And I still don't really understand if it's a bad word or not. So, I don't know. It's not to me. So, the next one is a bad word in Mexico, but it's not to me. And I'm going to tell you guys a little story. When I first moved here, I was in 3rd grade. I don't know if it was the first year or the second year or something. I just remember it was one of the first days of school, and I went up to this girl that was in my class, and I was like, "I like your hair clip." But I was talking to her in Spanish, and so I said, "Me gusta tu pinche," because pinche is hair clip in Puerto Rico. And I got in trouble because pinche is a bad word in Mexico, I guess. And all of my classmates were Mexican. The teacher, I think, was Mexican. And so she got me in trouble. And I don't know if she sent me to the principal's office. I don't think she did. But she called my mom. And my mom was like, "You can't get mad at her. We just moved here. How is she supposed to know that that's a bad word to you? It's not a bad word to her." And the teacher just didn't believe her. She was just kind of denying it. She's like, "Oh, you should know better. That's a bad word here. She's in trouble, blah blah blah." And then my mom somehow got a hold of the school nurse, and the school nurse happened to be Puerto Rican, and she was able to confirm that iguana. It's like a lizard, a green lizard. How am I forgetting the name? I'm gonna look it up. Let me see real quick. Iguana. Iguana in English. Watch, I'm just gonna be like, oh, that's what it's called. No. Is it just iguana? Oh my god. I'm so stupid. Literally, just because I was saying it in the Spanish accent, I was like, iguana. How do you say it in English? Iguana. You guys were probably just looking like, really? You're literally saying it. Anyways, next we have palmas. That's palm tree. Carolina, that's a place in Puerto Rico. That's where I moved after I was born. So I basically grew up in Carolina. I was actually born in Ponce. And then lastly we have San Juan, which is the capital of Puerto Rico. So yeah, I don't think you guys know, and if you do, I might have mentioned it in another video, but I'm not 100% sure. I have a tattoo of a little palm tree, and on the side of it, like at the very bottom, it has the letters P.R written, and I got it because I love my little island, so. Anyways, okay, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys learned a little something